evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. I am Sosan Ali, and here are tonight's main headlines. The first Gulf Peritoneal Dialysis Conference discusses in Nazwa the latest technologies on health services for kidney failure patients. The winners of North Al-Batana Entrepreneurship Award are honored. And several wounded Palestinians and their families board a plane for treatment abroad after passing the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Oman Society for Nephrology and Transplantation, in cooperation with Nazwa Hospital, organized the first Gulf Peritoneal Dialysis Conference. The opening ceremony of the conference was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Khamis bin Saif Al Jabri, head of Oman Vision 2040 Implementation Follow-up Unit. More details in the following report.
Aiming to promote knowledge and the advancements of peritoneal dialysis while investing in modern technology, in line with Oman Vision 2040. The activities of the first Gulf Peritoneal Dialysis Conference were inaugurated in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Dakhiliya Governorate, under the theme Navigating New Horizons in Peritoneal Dialysis Excellence.
In the Sultanate, almost 1% of our population aged 40 and above have severe renal failure, and about roughly 9% complain as well of moderate renal failure, and almost a staggering number of 30% of mild renal failure. And in the Sultanate, we have almost now reached 4,000 people on various type of dialysis, and almost 3,000 plus who are already having a functioning kidney transplant. These numbers are quite similar throughout our region in the Gulf and the Arab, but it is as well a problem worldwide. And there is a need, in fact, to step up our sort of effort to provide the best ever services that we can reduce the burden of this disease upon our citizen and resident at large.
The conference brought together leading experts and professionals from the GCC countries in the field of nephrology to exchange ideas and knowledge and to leverage innovative technologies and approaches within peritoneal dialysis.
I'm going to talk about how we prevent infection of patients on peritoneal dialysis and how do we manage it, because one of the main reasons for people to not be able to continue doing peritoneal dialysis is infection. It's actually worldwide is the leading cause of switching from peritoneal to hemodialysis, and preventing it plays an important role in maintaining patients on it for as long as possible, as well as proper management.
I will concentrate on important issue that used to be forgotten, which is the residual renal function. And this residual renal function is very important as far as reduction of the cardiogenic and non-cardiogenic mortality rates. Because of its importance, we look after peritoneal dialysis, since peritoneal dialysis reserved residual renal function much better than the hemodialysis. And one important issue that the residual renal function should be all the time calculated with the dialysis kidney function. That's to say KT over V dialysis plus KT over V residual renal function. A lot of strategies are followed in peritoneal dialysis, notably in CAPD, to preserve this residual renal function as much as possible. And I will concentrate on these strategies and how to improve this residual function and keep it as better as possible.
Besides the keynote lectures and sessions covering all updates in the peritoneal dialysis, the event also featured poster presentations and an exhibition showcasing the latest technologies used in nephrology. Through this conference, the Oman Society of Nephrology and Transplantation seeks to pave the way for better healthcare outcomes for individuals afflicted with kidney disease, while also easing the strain placed upon their families. For the Sultanate of Oman television, Saleh Bakhalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
In the Wilaya of Sohar, a ceremony was held to honor the winners of the North Al-Batana Entrepreneurship Award, which was organized by the Governor's Office in cooperation with several government and private institutions. 229 participants competed for 10 awards in 2 different categories. The event also included stories of success in the entrepreneurship field. The award was launched with the aim of encouraging entrepreneurship in the Sultanate of Oman and advancing the national economy. The honoring ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Mohammed al-Saqri, Minister of Economy. The Digital Cooperation Organization held its third General Assembly in the Kingdom of Bahrain, during which the efforts of the Sultanate of Oman in the digital economy field were reviewed. The Sultanate of Oman was also reselected to the organization's Executive Committee, which is a committee responsible for following up on the implementation of programs and plans and creating policies that contribute to advancing the digital economy among member states. The meeting also discussed the developments in the implemented programs, as well as the future plans and projects that keep pace with the latest digital economy developments. The Digital Cooperation Organization is implementing a number of programs and initiatives with the Sultanate of Oman, represented by the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology. These programs cover several fields, including data governance and the attraction of direct foreign investments. The delegation of the Sultanate of Oman was headed by His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al-Ma'wali, Minister of Transport, Communication and Information Technology. Still to come in our news bulletin. South Korea prepares to take on Australia in the Asian Cup quarter-final. Several wounded Palestinians and their families boarded a Qatari plane for treatment abroad after passing the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. Mothers accompanying their children were transferred in ambulances to Arish Airport in Egypt's northern Sinai, where they boarded a plane taking them to Qatar for much-needed medical treatment. Health officials in Gaza said the confirmed death toll had increased above 27,000. Israel launched a huge ground assault last week to capture Gaza's main southern city, Khan Yunis, and combat has also surged in northern areas that Israel claimed to have subdued weeks ago. Three people were killed today by Israeli strikes south of the Syrian capital, the second such attack this week. Syrian state media reported damages from Israeli airstrikes south of Damascus, but did not mention any casualties. Strikes hit a site on the road leading to the Sayyida Zainab district, while a site previously vacated on the road to the international airport was also targeted. Israeli strikes in Syria killed 8 people earlier this week. Ukraine's air defense shot down 11 out of 24 Russian drones targeting critical infrastructure in the southeast, according to the Ukraine Air Force. After the overnight drone attack, electricity was cut off in the city of Kryvyi Rih in the southeastern region of Dnipropetrovsk, according to the national grid operator. South Korean and the USA Special Forces concluded their first combined drills of the new year. The combined exercise comprised of shooting training, special reconnaissance, and cover infiltration drills, which aimed to sharpen the ability of the allies to jointly carry out special operations. The joint drills came amid escalating tension in the Korean peninsula as Pyongyang tested both long-range ballistic missiles and tactical weapons designed to strike targets in the South and the Pacific. South Korea trained yesterday in Doha ahead of their quarter-final match against Australia at the Asian Cup, which will start within less than an hour. The manager of the South Korea's national football team insisted the team will do whatever it takes to win the match, referring to the just over 48 hours the team will have to recover from the round of 16 match that was played for 120 minutes. Australia, on the other hand, had more than 4 days to rest. While Korea has leaked more goals than it would have liked, Australia's defense have been the strongest in the tournament, conceding only 1 goal so far. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here's a recap of our main points. The first Gulf Peritoneal Dialysis Conference discusses in Nezwa the latest technologies on health services for kidney failure patients. The winners of North Al Batana Entrepreneurship Award are honored. And several wounded Palestinians and their families board a plane for treatment abroad after passing the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.